Welcome back to more Brotato with Sandoya. A lot has happened since our last YouTube episodes. If we go look in here, we can see we have some difficulty 5 available to us now. So we've been playing a fair bit of this on stream, enjoying it a great deal. So you can see that we're now working towards getting as many characters as we can completed with level 5 danger difficulty. We've done that with the Ghost, with the Masochist, with the Mage, and with the Mutant. We're going to be trying some other builds here, see which we can get across at level 5. We actually haven't won the game with any of these characters which are not lit up in any colour, as we can see difficulty 1, difficulty 4, difficulty 2, danger 2. So we're going to be trying to switch it up there, see what we can get. And I have been really quite enjoying our old character here. So less enemy speed, increased harvesting, reduced map size, reduced count of enemies, and lower speed as well. Now that does make it quite tricky there for us to stay alive, but I quite like an engineering based build with this character so that we can stick by our turrets and try and pick up some resources around it as our turret does most of the work. But in saying that, we still want to go through and, you know, wail on our enemies as well there as we try and get our tree. Fingers crossed. There we go. No items, but still some good resources gained from it nonetheless. Now, with this, what do we go for? Honestly, I like a little bit of HP regeneration there, so we can keep healing as we kind of stick well away from our enemies. Now, speaking of which, none of that really appeals to me. We want to keep going for our wrenches. Some harvesting early on is fantastic. A screwdriver is interesting, but I think we keep going and maybe wait. Just try and get more and more wrenches. So now we've got 2 turrets, and look at that. Both of our turrets spawning next to each other are very good because we can basically just sit back here and relax there for a little bit. Let our turrets do all of the work for us. There's no real benefit from us going up and killing the enemies ourselves, so why not just let it do its work behind here? And this is why I like our turret-based build on our old character, because we can just sit back here, relax, try and pick up the resources as they come, but otherwise just let the game do the work for us. Now some max HP is the upgraded version here, so we'll swiftly take that one, and more harvesting. The earlier we get that, the better as well. Now let's take another wrench. More max HP is pretty good. I think we want to stack up max HP so that we can heal quite a bit. And you know, who knows, eventually we might have some medical turrets that we can sit beside as well there. In which case, having more max HP obviously means that we can tank more hits early on. Speaking of which, we shouldn't be taking that food drop there. That was more of an accident rather than anything else. We should only take it when we need it, of course, which at the moment we didn't because we were still full HP. But we've got pretty good full HP, or max HP for this stage of the game, that's for sure. 6 seconds left on the battle. Take out all the enemies that we can. Go for the clusters. There we go. 91 gold to our name. Very, very nice. Speaking of which, engineering, of course, increased the damage of our turrets, so we will take that when we can as well. And you know what? We can go for some luck as well. Let's take the luck. Let's re-roll. Reduced harvesting, but elemental and melee damage. Engineering is good. The landmines are not terrible. In fact, I will go for them. Landmines, of course, also based off our engineering stats, so having those come out here as well, quite useful. Now, this is our nice little fat enemies that shoot, plus our... What is that? What else is it? It's our little... I'm going to call them little brain enemies, I guess. They've got some serious vein action going on there, whatever they are. Okay, so currently 2 hits with our spanners kills them. I'm not too sure how many it takes for our turrets there. Always, we do want to go for you. We want to make sure that we keep smacking you. We do have an item that we can pick up as well. I guess if we can't kill you, which we can't, unfortunately. Always a shame when we can't get those, as we will take out max HP here. Obviously, those guys drop a lot of resources, often an item as well. Just wasn't to be this time around. Now we go for another wrench. You know what? We will go for a screwdriver here too. And another wrench. We'll lock that one too. Now, do we go for the HP regen for the cost of lifesteal? I think we do. I think HP regen is much more beneficial for us, as we've currently got our sick hat here. Great stuff. That's a very long time for enemies to spawn. Anyway, I think our build is going quite well now. Excuse my French. Just terrible English right there. It's only my primary language and only language. You think I'd be pretty good at it by now. Been speaking it for many, many years. Well, speaking it's probably being a bit kind of myself. Half the time I feel like I'm just kind of gibberishing my way through. Yep, that's right, I'm making up words now too. Okay, we get a tree there, we run across to our other tree. Take that one out, any more items? No such luck. Now, we don't get all the resources, but of course, as this game works for us there, it picks up all of the additional resources or materials that we don't manage to pick up, and it will save it for us next time. Would be quite nice if the food got converted into materials as well there, but I guess that might be a little bit too generous. Now, baby elephant. That's not terrible, we'll take it. More HP regen sounds good, and armor. I mean, engineering is great as well, but a bit of armor there so we take a reduced damage also sounds pretty good to me. Now, here's our wrench that we saved up for. Vigilante ring is very, very nice. Does the damage affect this? The other stats don't affect structures, but special effects do. Piercing, bouncing. So I think the Vigilante ring actually does not work for us, which is a real shame. It is a real shame. I would have loved to have had that. Same with our wisdom. Now we take this, we lock the incendiary turret. We've now got 2 turrets that also deal burning damage. And because we've got 5 tools, or 6 tools, sorry, we get +5 engineering. So every weapon that we've got currently is a tool, whether it be a spanner or the screwdriver, which just makes sense. So wave 6 already. Oh, we got to be careful, as we do take quite a bit of a beating from our enemies still. So, you know, getting some trees there so that we can get some food pickups. But even so, our HP regen there is helping us, that if we do take some damage, then we get some passive healing out of it anyway. There's our explosives. Keep avoiding the projectiles as well. Stick around the middle so that we can pick up as much of this as we can. Oh, steady on, steady on. And apologies there if the commentary is a little bit stilted compared to what it usually would be. I just got in from about 6 hours of mowing lawns and weed whacking, and my thumb is actually, you know, I can't really feel it at the moment, shall we say. Some extra speed could be nice as well. Why don't we be a fast old man? We can go for a screwdriver, plus an incendiary turret, re-roll once more, and we won't spend the 12 for another re-roll, we'll just leave it be as it is. Now, where are our turrets? They're all spawning around here. There we go. This is a nice area for us to hang out in. But yeah, their grass was very, very overgrown, so it took a lot of work. I actually did the same thing yesterday. And I am actually looking to make a little bit of a compilation montage time-lapse of it there, both for myself and for my partner, but also to maybe share on the YouTube there. So we'll see how we go. I did a lot of recording there on my phone, except it did die at one stage there. It kind of just stopped recording for some reason. Not too sure. I'm not too sure whether that's because I received a phone call or what. And unfortunately it stopped the recording partway through. But other than that, I think I've got everything else recorded there, so we'll see how we go. I might try and edit that into a fun little thing for us. Pick up as many resources as we can, finish up this round. So yeah, keep an eye out. Maybe it'll be on the YouTube at some point there. You know what? More harvesting is still good. And a level 3 wrench. Holy. We will take a coupon. We will combine this and buy this one. Reroll again. Freeze down, 1 hit. Not really that necessary. Little muscly dude is not terrible, but also not great. I think we saved the boiling water. Boiling water helps a great deal with our turrets that deal burning damage, and we also have an incendiary turret down here, just behind my camera, but trust me, it is indeed there. Okay, so now we have our big boys. With our big boys, we want you all to come up this way so you can hang around our turrets. There we go, we've got a tree as well, another item, so that's our second item already. And that's what our luck does for us. More item spawns, obviously helping out a great deal. Now the issue is, these enemies do a lot of damage to us and they are very, very fast. And we have increased our speed, but we're still at, I think, a -4% on our speed there. So we are down from, you know, what it could be, from our starting value for most other characters. But HP regen's helping out a good amount there. Getting some extra armor would certainly be a nice addition as well, as we haven't had any more items there, unfortunately, just yet. Dodge also helps when you're in these tight spaces. But even so, as can we get an item from here? No, no such luck. 260 gold to our name though. Less harvesting but more HP. That's still worth it. More harvesting for less melee damage, we'll take that as well. And the engineering is beautiful. We'll take that too. As is a bit more armor. The armor's still helping out a great deal. 21% less damage already. Extra piercing damage. Piercing, bouncing, explosion size does. So I think the pumpkin is actually worth going for our turret. We will go for the elemental. We'll re-roll once. And honestly, a bit more luck there. Doesn't sound terrible either. Now we want to be getting more upgraded spanners, of course, but wave 9 is just our awesome wave there. I love our wave 9. It's always just a ton of these little vertical face creatures. I don't know what you want to call them there. If you've got some names for them and you think that they might stick or be a nice addition here to the stream, let me know, or to the YouTube videos I should say. I'm more than happy to bear them in mind, because I've kind of said the small dudes are charges, but then I also call the big dudes charge, and I just kind of differentiate on them based on size. The small dudes that charge also kind of look like football helmets, you know, the old leathery ones, the old timey ones that American football players used to play, or used to wear, excuse me. Okay, we took a bit of damage there, but as we can see, we're still getting a whole bunch of resources. We should be pretty well off at the end here. Elemental damage has helped out a great deal too. Let's just keep picking up all these resources. Any trees spawning? Not at this stage, so we just go for the masses again. And a great wave in terms of our pickups there. Now, do we go for more harvesting or do we go for luck? Honestly, I think some luck is good. Cute Monkey's pretty good. Chance to heal when picking up materials. I think healing is going to be an issue for us later on, so we will go for that. We'll reroll. A level 3 wrench again. Okay, we combine this, take another one. Now this is piercing bullets, and having purple wrenches are good because we picked up recently, where is it? Our pumpkin, which does increase piercing damage, so that's very good. And we did talk about how our medical turret would help out a great deal. So now we have a turret that heals us, and we should have a whole bunch of turrets spawning. There we go, they're kind of all over the place. Unfortunately, our medical turret's right in the bottom left-hand corner, whereas most of our damaging turrets are kind of more in the top right area, on the eastern side of the map there, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's worth saying east or right here on this one. East kind of more makes sense for geographical maps, excuse me, whereas this kind of just feels like an arena, so to speak. Keep going for the trees, we keep dodging the charges, not the dodges. All careful. As we can see, some great experience up here left by our turrets, so we can kind of leave our turrets off to their own devices for the most part. Ouch, okay, we do have to be a little bit cautious though. And we go through here, pick up all of the massive amounts of resources being delivered, being left on our porch there. And another 400 resources to our name. Now, Baby with a Beard is great. It does reduce our range, and I feel like it's not going to be that useful, so I don't actually recycle it. Get some better items, and with our luck, we should be getting better options than this. So just like that, that's where it's worth going for a reroll. And I think we go for more max HP here. We could go for the luck again, which honestly wouldn't be the worst idea, but we're going to go for our mushroom. We'll skip those. Barricade, armor while standing still. Extra damage for every speed you have. Now, does damage increase this one? I don't believe it does, so we'll skip that. More harvesting, honestly, I don't hate it. More max HP is pretty good. And there we go. We have a third level 4 wrench, which does mean more and more piercing damage because they all shoot piercing bullets. And of course, we need to crank up our engineering damage. It's still not quite enough. And the alien baby, even though enemies speed up, I think that is worth it. So let's go for it. We'll lock it for next time. We can't afford it just yet. We've only got 100 credits to our name. Now, where's our medical turret? In the top right again. Why is it all the way out in the middle of nowhere? That's what I'll never understand. Nice wee level up again. Level 14. And having knockback on our wrenches is certainly helping, so that we can just keep enemies further at bay so that they're far enough away to not deal damage to us, but close enough that our turrets can hit them. That's why I think we stick around this bottom left-hand area here, is we've got 3 of our epic turrets in close proximity. Near vicinity to us, I guess. Yeah, again, my mind's still a bit mushed. I've been out in the sun all day. It was a beautiful couple of days there to do it, and I'm very happy that I got out and did it. It absolutely needed to be done. And of course, I'm referring to the weed whacking and the mowing that happens, but yeah, still definitely fried the brain a wee bit. I'm stiff and sore, used muscles that I didn't even know that I had. But you know, it's always a good feeling to get that kind of stuff done. You know, get out there. Ooh, we'll take the piggy bank for free. We'll take extra engineering as well. And HP regeneration or harvesting. We're almost at one. What wave are we at to? I think we go for more harvesting. We're getting 100 per wave completion now. We can go here, we'll go here as well, re-roll again. Wow, a level 3 Ghost Scepter. Do we take the alloy? We've already got a negative dodge, so I guess this is just good for us. Alien Worm's not terrible. I'm surprised that we got so many Ghost Scepters though, that's very interesting. But no, we'll just leave it as it is. Now where are our turrets spawning? All down here. So this is a nice little cluster of turrets. I think we'll stick around this area here. Assuming that we don't kind of get stuck in the middle of nowhere. And again, I don't think that attack speed affects our turrets whatsoever. So that's not something that we're really going to be going for. More HP regen would be quite nice though. As we can see, we are sometimes taking a bit of damage. A bit more armor wouldn't go amiss either. We've obviously got negative dodge, so that's not really ever really going to be an option for us. Be careful. We sit by our medical turret, get some heals from that. And as we can see, we are killing enemies quite well. Getting a little bit overwhelmed at times, but that's to be expected. Ooh, careful, careful. Ooh, we're almost dead. We are almost dead. And we are dead, and just like that, the run can be lost. But the good news with these, difficulty 5 there, is that we've only been 15 minutes into our YouTube video there, so we can actually go for a new run straight away. So we had some great harvesting that run, 102 to our name there, so we were earning a lot of credits there. What were we lacking here? Honestly, more engineering damage would have been great. More HP regen, I think, was needed there. We were only regening 1 HP per second, which as we can see, we just lost a lot of HP very quickly there. And some more armor. If we weren't going for dodge, we needed to go for armor so that we could tank those hits. So, wasn't to be. Why don't we try switching up to a different character entirely here? Now, one that I like a great deal is actually our one-armed character. So plus 200% attack speed, all damage modifications are increased by 1%. You can only equip one weapon at a time there. So you're really trying to build towards that one weapon modifier there. And now damage modifiers are increased by 100%. Well then why don't we go for our Ghost Axe, which then means that instead of every 1% damage for every 20 enemies we kill, we now get 2% damage. And that'll stack up very, very quickly for us. Now don't forget this is the only weapon that we can have, but as you can see, the attack speed is unlike anything we've ever seen with our axe builds beforehand. And as you'll know if you watch any of my Twitch live streams over at twitch.tv/Sandoya, you will know that I'm a big fan of these ethereal weapons there just because of the damage and HP scaling that you can get working in your favor. Now, what do we go for here? We've already got the attack speed, so I think we go for the flat damage. But are we going to be going melee damage long term? I think not. So I think we go for harvesting early. Now we've got HP regen. I think we're going to be going for lifesteal as our primary source there. We'll go for an upgraded ethereal axe, which now means that we get it every 18 enemies that we kill. And the bag is very, very good. We lose a little bit of speed, but every time that we pick up an item, which are those little cage items that we see often dropped from trees, then we get 20 materials to our name. So while it cost about 40, I'm sure that we'll make that ROI very, very quickly. Okay, keep going for our enemies. There's our extra damage. And we get another trigger here this time. I'm going to say probably not. There's our tree. I don't think we'll be able to get to it, unfortunately. Oh, look at that. We did manage to get our strength there. Very, very nice. So our damage upgrades there are doubled. So we'll take this 5% now, which brings us from 6 rather than to 11. It takes us to 16, as we can see. Beautiful. Now, Spiky Shield is an interesting one. I've never really gone for it just yet. Gummy, no, thank you. We can do better. Extra damage for less range, so this brings us up to 28. Lovely. So those damage modifiers are probably the ones that we want to go for as much as possible. And I do think eventually we'll want to switch, maybe after wave 9, to our ranged weapons. But as we've done in our live streams beforehand, we've tried to make that switch, and then you don't really get the options to do so. So it really depends on what appears in the shop. And that's why a little bit of luck there can help too, because that might mean that we get the items that we want to see. Do we get another damage? We do. And we keep going for our big clusters so that we can take out as many as we can, earn as much materials or as many materials as we can again. And we're actually going to reroll this one. I think we can do better. And the damage is the one that we want to go for again. Going for damage for the most part means that we can switch across into a ranged weapon quite easily there. Now, none of this really appeals to me. Cheaper items does. And that plus 5% damage becomes plus 10% damage. So we'll keep that one. We'll try for one more. Lifesteal and less elemental damage there. Honestly, I think we do want the lifesteal. We do have attack speed. And of course, attack speed goes hand in hand with our lifesteal. And look at that, our damage is already enough. And this is a great way for building up some damage here too. So I think we should get 2 or 3 triggers with this one. We've already had 1 trigger, which is very, very nice. And I think we'll absolutely be able to catch up with a couple more here before the end. There's another one. And that's some great hits there. And we keep going for our bigger clusters. Wherever they spawn, there's another one. Was that 4 already that we've had? Don't forget that instead of that being 4, that's now 8 damage that we've added that level. Very, very nice. Elemental damage, luck, speed, or lifesteal. More lifesteal. Let's just keep going for it. There's our gentle alien. There's some more lifesteal. Let's re-roll once. And none of that really appeals to me. We won't lock anything. We'll just keep going. And look at our character there. Absolutely gorgeous. He's got like a little mini scythe on his head, which I think came from the alien. I don't know whether that's like a brain sucker type deal. Base hugger, brain sucker, same thing. You know what I'm talking about. Then we've got a little butterfly wings. We go for our tree over there as well. Another tree here, don't mind if I do. And we do have the occasional crit, and there we go. So once we pick up that item, which will happen at the end of the wave, if you keep an eye on our material number there, which is currently 87, at the end of the wave, once that sucks to us, we'll have an extra 20. Now we keep going. There we go, we even got a little extra damage again. Alien Eyes, we might as well take that as we keep upgrading our max HP. We can do better, and we can do better with this one here. So let's go for our harvesting, although crit chance is also quite good there. Crit chance is good because of our attack speed increase there, which means that we're more likely to hit those crits than we otherwise would be. Let's go for our head injury, increase our damage again. We're up to 90% damage. HP regen's not terrible. We're going for the lifesteal. One more reroll. Ghost Scepter's not bad. There's extra damage again, so we take this, and now we're above 100% damage already. And again, this is what this character needs. So, what are we looking for next? Well, we're looking to keep this axe for a little bit longer, so that we can build up a little bit more damage, and then we'll make the transition probably after wave 9. And our damage is pretty good already there, even without many melee upgrades. Oh, steady on. Okay, we do have to keep kind of sidestepping these enemies every chance that we get. As we can see, oh, okay, we need some food, Got some food over here. Get some more lifesteal going, please. Get some extra damage. Ouch. Okay, there we go. We didn't pick up all the resource that we would like to, but we do have quite a bit saved for next time. And we'll go for the crit chance, that's pretty good. Now this is always good, extra damage, max HP, armor, and speed. We do lose some crit chance, but still, for the most part, well worth it. Now we need to get some luck so that we can get better weapons, as none of this appeals to us again. We keep going. We don't need it just yet, but we wouldn't mind saving it for our wave that we're going to be getting up to later on. Because of course wave 9 is our eco wave, which means lots and lots of enemies, which also means that we should be able to get lots and lots of hits in with our axe and get a lot of damage in as well as a lot of resource, of course. And there's another item for us, hopefully something good. Let's keep going with these here. Pick up all the resources that we can, get the tree. Oh, easy does it. There we go. Okay, that's another damage upgrade. Oh, we do have our little friend over there. I don't think we'll be able to get him this time around. I don't actually know where he's gone to again. 1 second left. Okay, there we go. Another 55 save for later on. You know what? Extra harvesting is still worth it at this stage of the game. And extra armor is well worth it too. There we go. This is a weapon that we can try and take to the end here. So, 200% attack speed means 0.44 second reload, 6% lifesteal, huge damage, very, very nice. We do have to sell this weapon. We go here, And this is quite good as well. It gives us more lifesteal and obviously 12% more damage. So we lock the ritual, and let's see how this works for us. It's a rapid firing rocket launcher, that's for sure. Okay, now is it going to be enough to clear out our enemies here? We want to start getting some of our explosive damage increases, but 122 base damage is very, very nice. It would be even nicer if we could one-shot the big dudes, but we're working on it. And any range damage upgrades here will certainly help with that too. Alright, I'm very happy to find a weapon like this. We can take out our enemy there in 3 shots. Same with you. Alright, I think we got very, very lucky, given that our luck stat is 0, to find a rocket launcher of this caliber. You know, purple rockets are pretty hard to come by. I think can you get a basic rocket? I don't think you can get a common rocket. I think there's only rare and up, maybe. Same with miniguns, like there are some items that only seem to come in the rare varieties. And another medal is great. We lose our crit chance, but we get plus 6% damage again. So we're up to 150% damage. Extra pickup range is just good. Luck isn't bad, but I think we can do better. And plus 8% damage, of course, is plus 16. And more lifesteal or more max HP? Honestly, the max HP. Ooh, see, that would be great in most situations. Not this time, though. We need another purple rocket launcher, and that's our only real way that we can go ahead with this. Now, a scope is quite good. We'll actually reroll once more. We do lose some attack speed, but we get base range damage. We keep going. Dodge while standing still. No, thank you. We'll save up for our scope. Now, here is our eco wave, which means lots and lots of hordes of enemies. So we just keep shooting at the masses here. And that should be very, very good for us. We have a tree there as well. No items for our troubles, but still pretty good. More attack speed honestly would not go amiss. Because don't forget that we only have situations there where we're always attacking the closest enemy. And sometimes that might mean that it's hard to find a bit of a breakthrough pathway, shall we say. Lifesteal certainly helps, and I hope that the lifesteal works with the explosion radius too. There's another item for our troubles as well, so we've had one item this wave, plus a level up. There we go. Oh, we actually missed a shot there. I think that's the first shot that we've missed. I'm probably mistaken there, but it feels like it. Let's go back down here to the south, pick up these resources, and happy days. Now, what else would we like? Some more attack speed, increase explosion damage, increase explosion radius. Baby elephant, doesn't really do much, but we'll take it. Extra range damage, again, not too bad. We'll take it. We get up to 4, very nice. And harvesting's not good enough. We can do better again. HP regen, I mean, at least regenerating some HP is not terrible. Why don't we take it? Now we do have our scope. And after that regen wave, or sorry, that economy wave, we've got a lot of money to spend and work with. Now our alloy is pretty good. We do not have any dodge currently, so just plus 3 range damage is quite good. But also, our range damage is modified by that as well. I didn't realize that that was included. All damage modifications. Oh, so these damage modifications get increased as well there. Well, we're now up to 178 base damage. Very, very nice. If I'd have known that, then I probably would have planned things a little bit better. No, I wouldn't have. 200% damage. And, you know, just shy of 200% attack speed. The damage now we're doing 200 a shot. That should one-shot most of our enemies, with the exception of these big... Oh no, one-shot does them too? Okay, that's beautiful now. One-shotting these guys is fantastic. Now the issue is these enemies kind of come at you sporadically rather than in clusters. But we can still try and do our pathing to kind of group them together ourselves. Now what else do we need? Maybe some more HP regen, maybe some more armor so that we take less damage when we do get hit. Our speed is a little bit lacking. Not terrible, but you know, I guess what I'm saying is that all of our stats have room for improvement. Okay, we keep just careful dodging, play smart, try and leave yourself an escape route every single chance that you get. We get our tree here. Oh, too greedy, don't delve too greedy. 350. Extra speed for less range. Sure, extra speed is good. +3 range damage is actually +6. So we'll take that. We're now up to 209 damage there. Very nice. Extra speed for less luck. We do need the speed, I think. We'll take that. The luck, I think, doesn't really matter here. +5% enemies. I'm interested to try it, but I don't know how much I like it. Chameleon is fun as well, but I don't think it's what we go for. Reroll once more. Flamethrower, no thank you, but too late. Coffee is pretty good. We do lose 4%, but I think the attack speed is worth it to get there again. Get us back to about 200% bonus damage and 200% bonus attack speed to get there. And there's our movement speed now. We're two-shotting these enemies as well. That is definitely a good sign. Now, of course, the issue is going to be once we get to the big waves where it's hard to kind of find room to maneuver, and that's why we need some more armor. Some more dodge wouldn't go amiss. And we only have 40 max HP. So, suffice it to say that we could be doing better. Now, wave 11. We've still got many more waves to go here, that's for sure. We're already halfway through this video. Oh, sorry, half an hour into this YouTube video. Not halfway. I'm not trying to give spoilers here, that hasn't happened just yet. So we keep buying ourselves time, going through here, getting these big clusters. There we go. And then of course, oh, as we do take some damage, we want to be going through to pick up some of the resources along the way too. Oh, don't run into the explosive projectiles. Okay, we took some damage. I took some risks there. I think it was calculated. Some luck. Let's go for some luck and see what we get. Lifesteal isn't horrible. At this stage though, damage reduction is probably better. Now we take 29% less damage. Quite nice. Little frog. Extra pickup range, extra harvesting. No, I think we need to focus on our survivability here. So things like our cute monkey is pretty good. Even though we do lose extra range damage, we lose 2, we can increase our damage again with the hit injury. And a shred is good, but not what we're going for. Let's go for our extra damage there. That kind of brings us back neutral to where we were before. And again, it's a blue rocket launcher and not a purple. Extra attack speed while standing still is pretty damn good. In fact, I'm actually going to consider taking that one. We'll take it next to it. And you know what? If we're going to be standing still, why don't we stand next to a medical turret there, right? So we can run past this every time we need a bit of healing. We won't prioritize it as the healing is not minimal, but it's not massive. But if we need to, we can try and path that way. Now the only issue is that we are going to be losing our movement speed quite a bit. And actually 25% attack speed increase is not all that much there when you've already got the scaling that we have got. There is an item for us. We'll pick that up at the end, of course, with our auto suck. That's patent pending on auto suck, by the way. Don't ask me what it is used for. It's not a Roomba competitor, let's just put it that way. Keep going here. Oh, steady on. Find yourself a path. Find your happy place. Be zen. Take it easy. There we go. Alright, nice wee path. Picked up a lot of resources there. Find the big clusters. Go for the big teams. There we go. Alright, 370 credits to our name again. Extra damage once again. We've had a lot of head injuries this game. Okay, max HP. Even though the enemies are faster, I still think it's worth it. Engineering's not what we're going for. Crit chance is not either. I think we go for the HP regen then. Wow, they really want us to take this. Okay. We take our wisdom here, and I think we say goodbye to our statue. I don't think we save it again. The loss of speed there is going to be too detrimental to us. Now we start off there, but don't forget that our wisdom gives us 5% damage every 5 seconds till the end of the wave. However, I believe how that's going to work is that it actually increases it by 10% every 5 seconds. I'm not too sure on that. Now we'll currently do 200 damage. If our damage increases to 220, then we'll know that it's increased. No, okay, it looks like it's still 5% increase. Never mind, so that's not considered a modification, but it still is worth going for. So that's obviously not how the wisdom perk works, but that's still fine. And this, you know, all we really need now is more explosive radius, more explosive damage. Oh, careful. And that's why the stutter step is quite good there. We can kind of just back off if we find ourselves in harm's way. Ouch, like so. keep bringing these clusters in together. Find a way through here if we can. Don't risk your life though for it. It's not worth it. As we can see, we're down to half HP. We're going to miss out on a lot of resources. We just couldn't find a gap in there. And that's what I'm hoping is not going to be an issue for us later on. Extra range, extra attack speed. There we go. That's worth it. Good chance attack speed. We can do better again. Armor. Armor's still quite good. 35% less damage. Ooh, see? Mammoth's not good for us. Tell you what is though. Alien magic. I see. All the alien babies, alien magic there. So we're fighting aliens, are we? I see. Is that the idea? So we do have our first red item with our luck of 6. Unfortunately, it's not an item that we want to be adding to our repertoire. Very interestingly, I think we lock our sad tomato. I think we lock our injection. We could try swapping out our rocket launcher for our minigun, but I think... How much damage is that? That's 34 damage a shot. Each shot... Wait, we're dealing 20 shots per second. That is about 600 damage per... But this is probably more than 600 damage because it is explosive and it's hitting more than one enemy with each explosion. So I think the rocket launcher is still the one to keep. We can actually buy this now, we don't have to lock it. We lock the sad tomato so that we get extra HP regen. But I think we let the others go by. So unfortunate, it's not often that I will skip by a minigun. I do love it. I don't think it's the right call for us here. Okay, we shoot our little minions there so that we can stop them from spawning lots of projectiles. So if we see them spawning, then we try and beeline for them and let our rocket launcher do the work for us. There we go. As we can see, it's kind of hard for our rockets to actually hit them, as I almost run right into that one there. Okay, now we're getting to the point where we can't really focus on them. We're just trying to avoid damage and deal damage at the same time. Okay, we ran right into them that time. But we are still keeping a bit of a corner here for ourselves. I don't know how that enemy did not hit us. I guess we sidestepped well enough. I didn't see a dodge notifier come up, which is usually told there by the big dodge and caps lock that pops up. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll try and pick up some of the resources in the middle. Save most of them for next time. A cape. We reduce all of our damage, but we get extra life steal and dodge. I think bringing our dodge into the positives is worth it here. It doesn't feel like a situation where we can skip that one. It does mean that we reduce our range damage, so now explosive damage has been reduced, of course. Again, a blue rocket launcher. They really want us to take that blue rocket launcher, but it's not going to happen here, sorry folks. We're up to wave 15. I would say the next few waves are where it really starts to get quite hairy. And the fact that we haven't seen any explosion modifiers here is actually quite astonishing. You know, we've been doing some rerolls of our shops, so it's not unheard of to have found some items that actually fit with this archetype by now, especially when you have an explosive weapon, which seems to increase the prevalence of getting those type of modifiers or items from the shop. Now the issue is we really aren't firing fast enough or doing a big enough explosion radius there to kind of progress into the center where all of our resources are for the gathering. We can pick up some of it though, as we can see. There we go, not too shabby. Go back in a little bit more. We'll take a little bit of a run now. Very risky, but I think it was worth it. Sit by our turret for the end. 7 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Again, 100 resources that we're missing out on. Now, 10% crit chance. Honestly, critting with our rocket's pretty good. 16% damage. Let's do it. That's obviously 32% damage there, so our... Okay, Cacti Club. We're not going to be swapping for that one, that's for sure. We will buy a mushroom. We don't care about our luck as much as we care about our harvest. And, oh sorry, excuse me, our HP regen is what I meant to say. I was just about to talk about our harvesting because I don't mind reduced number of enemies, but I think we can do better without it. Blood donation is too little too late there, unfortunately. We'll go for the Cyclops worm though, for lots more damage. We'll reroll once more. And what are we going for? Are we going for the armor? SMG. There is our dynamite. The dynamite's exactly what we've been looking for. Absolutely beautiful. Let's keep going here. What have we got? We're one-shotting enemies. That's absolutely fantastic. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Even one-shotting our red enemies is well worth it too. And our damage only gets better as time goes on during the wave. Don't forget that. It's a pretty important part of our build here at the moment, as we get another item. And we want to go for these guys that buff up the others as well. But look at this. This is a perfect wave with lots and lots of clusters. And we do have, well, I was about to say enough movement speed. Almost enough movement speed. Oh, careful. I do know that this is a wave where we can find ourselves up shit creek, so to speak. We're going to move back the other way. Try and get some of you guys. No, see, you guys keep sitting behind, which is very annoying for us trying to take you out. There we go. We got a whole bunch here. What about now? Nope, we missed you. We will survive this wave though, he says, before almost getting himself trapped. Extra enemies, extra lifesteal, less harvesting. We don't want extra enemies. The lifesteal is nice, but we will recycle that. We'll go for some more max HP. And a laser turret's not terrible, but I think we can do better. There's another mouse. We could have taken our second mouse. Let's go for another bit of damage increase. Our range there is -13. Not great. Ooh, handcuff is very good. So, with our handcuffs, we can no longer increase our max HP, of course. It's capped at its current value, which is 75, which is a respectable amount, but we get +8 to all of these, and our range damage would go from 16 up to 24, wouldn't it? Because it would be another 18. No. Up to 30. No. Maths. 32. There we go. 16 plus 16. Now let's see if that is indeed correct. Why don't we take this here? It is indeed. And now our damage is now 416 base. Ooh boy. Okay. I like that a lot. Now, still not quite enough to one-shot you guys. I'm hoping that once our damage increases a little bit more that we can start one-shotting you again. So we will take our food. We want to get up to full HP here, that's for sure. And I can see that our lifesteal is working a little bit here too. And I'm not too sure if our lifesteal is based off of the number of enemies that we hit. So if we have like 10% lifesteal and our explosion hits 10 enemies, you know, is that a pretty good chance of getting our lifesteal procking, or is it based on just the one enemy that we hit? So like in that case, a rocket launcher is nowhere near as good as, say, a minigun. Okay, careful. I kind of want to get to our tree, but I don't know if we'll be able to. Need to kind of break out of that area. We do have our turret there, which can keep us a little bit healed up. There we go. Our explosion's certainly keeping us alive here. Again, we missed out on a lot of resource, however. Triangle of power. That's huge. That is also huge. Our damage is going to go from, what is it currently? 394. I don't know why it dropped a little bit. Let's try our triangle of power. It's now 437. Very nice, very nice. More trees spawning. Not good enough here. Wave 18. We are getting close to the end here. Now, don't forget that we can't get any more max HP. So we're now relying on the max HP that we have and the lifesteal and everything else that we've got as well. You know, we just try and get some other nice little finishings and then we'll be pretty happy with our outcome here, I believe. And a good time there too, because I see that our video is reaching about the 40-minute mark. That's, you know, the upper end of what we like to go for. Even though I have done some hour-long videos, I don't like to make that. Oh, careful, careful. Where is our healing turret? Over here. But it's quite risky to stay by. 20 seconds left of this. Yikes. Keep dodging the projectiles. I think maybe we just sit in the corner a wee bit. We're now a corner lad. We do 1,000 damage on a crit here. Very, very nice. That was some good dodging. We even got a little dodge there as well for our troubles. Okay, so is this what it's going to be there for later waves? Where we just sit in the corner. Honestly, 12% dodge is huge. So we go from 14% up to 26% dodge. Range damage. Both of these aren't bad. We'll take it. Reroll once again. Extra speed. Okay. Warrior helmet. We can't lose the speed. I think that's too much for us. I'm going to reroll one more time. Harvesting. Once again, a little too late. But a cute monkey. Picking up resources giving us 1 HP could actually be, you know, the difference between life and death there. Now we obviously kill our enemies from far begin with, because we start with 50% HP, that courtesy of our, what is it, our sad tomato, is it? Ooh, be careful. Ouch, okay. Where is our turret? Up here. Sit here a little bit. There's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of enemies. Okay, we managed to break through a wee bit. I felt like if we sat in that corner any more, then we were going to find ourselves in a very sticky situation. More so than we already find ourselves in. And we are dead. Run lost, wave 19. That hurts a great deal. I don't know what we could have done differently. Maybe some more armor. Maybe increased dodge percentage there. More attack speed maybe? Our damage was phenomenal. We were basically one-shotting everything. It just wasn't enough though. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to leave the episode there. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Great to have you all. If you did enjoy, do give the video a like and a subscription there. Greatly appreciated. Also check us out at Twitch at twitch.tv/Shandoya. Go give us a follow there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go do another recording straight after this one. And I hope to see you there. Bye for now there, folks. Catch you next time.